Been around the world, boom. And now, yeah. Can't find my babies. They'll be back. I'm gonna find, they'll find me. So come right back, start right up. Why do UNC FED keep saying that the fucking North Pole is a deception and that shit sitting in the East? Follow the money, UNC FED. Boy, find that money, Uncle FED, UNC FED. Flat Earth Discussions. Should have named myself Flatwater Discussions. I discuss it, but this flat water over discussions. This flat water over there. Straight up. Straight the fuck up. I told him Strawberry right at it. They call my grandbaby. I guarantee you, I know they something else. Japan, the big J. Hey, Cherry. I just did I might just run that video back then and start breaking off. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna show you these people. I'm gonna show these people. Oh, I need to get rid of that. Oh no, I took that screen. I'm gonna fuck with that. I don't know why. I'm gonna fuck with that. Boom. Oh my goddamn time to all that shit. I need to change all that. People might be still saying those names or something. Right there. Wakuko. We're gonna get to this. But I'm gonna run what I just ran back. Yeah, I need you on the corner. I'm gonna put a K on that corner. I'm gonna give you a K. Protect that corner. Them K's, you gotta keep them K's out of here. See, I'm gonna go back and we're gonna go and get these jokers, right? We're gonna go get them. But I got to show. I'll just go back and start right. We start right there, and then I can go in here and do this. I can go in here and do this. We're gonna go and run it. We're gonna go run the video that I just did. How you been doing, Cherry? We're gonna go run the video I just did. We're gonna go listen to this. See, they gonna let us listen to it. That's that right there. Let's go boom right there. I did it on 3GD, so they ain't gonna let me do it like that. So when I do that, I go right here, boom, go right there, boom, like that. And then I do go here and do this. That's the free fill. Let's go, boom, do this. No, I can't do it like that. What I gotta do this. Gotta do this. Gotta do that. Yeah, I'm good. I've been doing good. Goddamn. Now what I want to do is do that. So just busting the deception up about this. Showing that the North Pole is in the East. And that globe, all that shit is just deception. And they let them create it and bag anything they do because they know they got to tie back to Judaism. The big J, the Jew. Jewelry and shit. But the big J seemed to be Japan. That's who got all the technology. That's who had the pole. Those the Inuits, right? Yeah, I ain't no goddamn getting to it, my pop. My pop. Hey. Yeah. Now how I do this? Now I go through it, let me see. What I just do? I did. Let me see. What I do? What did I do? Boom, go here. Boom. Let me see. Then go here. Fair 5. There's no way to set it where. That's the SCS on live. That's good. I said 1,000. Boom. There you go. Back. And so then, she's so great. of rotation. So if the axis is imaginary, the rotation is perception. Alright, let's go. I might do it like this right at the top. You hear me? Northeast deception. Go on. The globe axis lines can refer to the imaginary axis. Oh boy. It's gonna be a long one. Alright. Right, I ain't ready to talk about this shit, but I ain't doing shit. The globe axis line can refer to what does it refer to? Where's the axis line? Where is that? Parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude. Longitude and latitude should be flat lines. How can you have latitude and longitude with curved lines? These people really done raised this imaginary ball of water up to keep the little power and shit what they got going on, man. The northern and southern hemisphere. So people actually go for this and think that they travel north, going upward. You go up north and down south. And people really think that's how they travel. That's how the directions are that go. But masonically, these people would tell you they travel east and west. To go north, the way they saying you go north, you have to travel on water upward. You have to go upward to even travel north and east. Things don't travel in the water as such. That's why they call them sailboats. You sail, you float on the water, on top of the surface of the water. This shit's so crazy. The imaginary axis of rotation. So if the axis is imaginary, the rotation is imaginary also. Everything they'll put into your head is imaginary. So we live in a world where we are the figments of someone else's imagination. We are the figments of someone else's perception of the world and their imagination. That's before the theories, the theologies, and all the other beliefs come along. Once you accept this right here, this globe, the world becomes imaginary. Who behind the tiger? The Imperial J. This nigga bad. Follow the money. This nigga bad. The globe axis lines can refer to an imaginary axis of rotation or the lines of latitude and longitude that are drawn on a globe to represent the Earth's surface. The Earth's surface is the foundation. That's the Earth's surface. And what we live at on the Earth's surface is called sea level. In the mountains, the higher you go in the mountains, they call that above sea level. That's going north when you're going upward. Into the mountains where you be traveling northward, going up. But it's above sea level. mountains only go so high. You're not traveling north, going up. No water ball, man. The axis of a rotation is the imaginary line passing through the north and the south poles. So they call it the poles because of the northern and southern hemisphere. They're separated by this imaginary equator with this imaginary water ball. Why would these people put this into place? Where they at? Why they want to hit you with the Antarctic? That means people that got all the way down behind us, all the way over here behind us, if it is a sheet of ice that sits this close to South America, to these beautiful islands, Virgin Islands. Yeah, they virgins to you because they don't want to give you they don't want to give you none. They don't come in and rape and pillage and take land, rape motherfuckers. Yeah, they virgins to you because they ain't never had none of that. You want this? Hey, the motherfucking little man saying, hey man, the East gave the beast the power. And their whole thing was one day to take over that West. The sun travels from east to west. That's what we talking about. It really don't rise. It just comes into your view. Over the head and goes back out of your view. Rises in the east and sets in the west. Rises in the east and sets in the west. That's what this axis is. If you lay this motherfucker down like it's supposed to be laid down, that axis is coming from east to west. The axis is going from east to west. The rotation of the magnetic passing through the south pole around which the earth spins. We spinning. The North Star allegedly is stationary. It's supposed to be lined up with the North Pole. And then see all this mixed direction, flea flickering and shit, is at the center. Is the north, the true north is in the center? They don't know. They don't know. All this shit is deception. Around which the earth spans, lines of latitude are horizontal lines parallel to the equator, and lines of longitude, meridians, are vertical lines that runs from pole to pole. So people are, when you're traveling on this water, you actually think boats travel vertically. You actually think boats are traveling vertically. So when you're going using latitude, the boat is riding sideways on this water. But the boat had to ride on top of the water. So the water is clearly the edge of the earth. When people say, well, the flag show me the edge of the earth. No, we looking at the edge of this water, how it's impossible for that shit to work. Man, look at them. These motherfuckers got some shit, well, these motherfucking Mongolians, so they got so much technology, they got some shit you take, and this shit supposed to make your teeth grow back. What kind of technology they got going? That nigga Chief actually keep going, man. Let's go find out what's going on with this ice, man. No Far East ice walls. No Far East ice wall exists in the way that the phrase typically implies, such as in conspiracy theories or fantasies. However, there are a few possible meanings that may lead to the phrase. Antarctic ice wall conspiracy, the ice wall. So ain't no ice out in the far east on. It was in the north, it's in at the North Pole and the South Pole. I think it's in the east. Y'all. With the ice wall at the outer edge, in the context, a fair east ice wall would refer to a section of the supposed Antarctic barrier. Why you keep trying to send me to the Antarctic? That's the South Pole. And that's in the west. Why you keep trying to deflect from what the fuck I'm really saying right here? The Russian Far East experienced very cold Arctic conditions. Russia is on the Asian continent. It is in the east. Very cold Arctic conditions and natural ice walls are known to form. In 2019, a rare existence of foot tall ice walls formed near St. Petersburg when storms pushed thick sea ice onto the shores of the Gulf of Finland. The BBC noted that such phenomena are more characteristic of Russia's Far East. Far East Russia and Asia. All this shit is in the east. Ice formation on the China-Russia border. Ice walls have also been documented on the. Why is it that biblically these are the only people on the earth right now that claims their corner of the earth? When we gonna claim the West that being our corner of the earth? When you go into biblical text and start talking about the corners of the earth, they're going to refer you to Gog, G-O-G, and Magog, M-A-G-O-G. When they go to refer to somebody, the four corners of the earth, they claim the east. They claim their corner of the earth. They claim this. They claiming this. This with all this technology and all this shit coming from right here. This the pole. They claim their corner of the earth. So when we gonna claim our corner of the earth? You can't, because they done wrap you up in a damn ball. But everything I tell you, everything I say in my mouth, man, y'all can put y'all thumb on what I be saying, man. Why these people claim their corner of the earth and no one else's claim? If they got a corner, it's got to be 3 more corners, right? So why we ain't claiming our corner of the earth? Because it's got to come to a point to be a square. Now, nah, you ain't got to have no square. It can be infinite. Because we started from the center. We started from the unification of all this bullshit. And when you draw that cross, you automatically got 4 sections. And that directional cross is not standing up. It's a top view. And we put it in your face, and you bend your elbow and put it in your face. Now you're looking at it actually like the motherfucking north is going up in the sky. No, that's not north. In the direction across truly is an X. I showed y'all that. But they claim they corner of the earth though. Gog and Magog is Asian. They claim they shit. Yeah, they claim they shit just in case motherfuckers, yeah, they got they shit. They claim they shit. Huh? So we need to claim our shit. That's all I'm saying.
Gaia, which lies on the border of China and Russia. Russia and China is in the east. 2018, strong winds blew chunks of ice onto the shorelines, creating a long wall of ice. Yeah. Mind you, they've been playing in this ice for a long time. And don't want you fucking around because these are valuable resources. It's something about Japan and Hawaii with those craters and that Anion Shack crater. They perpetrate those craters sometimes to fake, like some nuclear shit down, but it be volcanoes been erupting and shit like that. It be even say meteorites and came down and hit this motherfucker and all kind of shit. All kind of shit. But the truth. Everything but the truth. Outer space. Top view. Outer space. The same damn continents. You see all the continents right there in the center. But they try to make you think that this a ball. But that shit down there is flat as fuck. Ice wall. So what are these outer lands and shit? Boy. Platforms of foundation are sitting sideways at vertical latitude. Vertical longitude on a ball of water, man. Man, we have been taught that our common sense, man. The rising sun, Japan. Now this is St. Petersburg ice wall through it. That ice is, y'all. But AS ain't no ice walls far east or in the east or none of this shit. The way I just said. Ice formation in Antarctica. Really? Look at the columns. Look at them columns. Look at that shit. Look how they got that shit. Man, somebody building this shit. Look at this shit. St. Peter. So they're gonna give you just enough to try to keep you off their ass. This is a 2D world then. So we live in an ice puddle that's been melted by the sun. What is ice at, man? What is ice at? Is it sitting up under the bottom of a water ball? Is Antarctica really in the location where they telling you is at, man? Same definition. No one can go to these these points shit. You can't be deserted. Deserted means nothing is there. That's a desert. They got my grandson handing me fucked up to my, it's a desert. Then right up under it said polar desert. But how's a desert and it ain't deserted? You motherfuckers there doing shit like this. All up under the ice, mapping out the grids for the GPS and all that shit. flags under the bottom. Don't supposed to be no ocean floor bottom, but you plant flags on the ocean floor. Uh-oh. This shit finna get crazy right here. This shit finna get crazy right here. See? This shit finna get crazy right here. See? Yeah, this shit finna get crazy right here. Cause we know Japan's supposed to be in the far east, and they try to put you over there in the east, like in India over there, right? But we know east is at that way to the right. What I'm telling you is that. And so you mean to tell me Japan prepares research ships and shit? It's ice. It's Japan. Uh-oh. What the fuck is AI? What the fuck is AI talking about then? The Sea of Japan, China, Russia, they go far east right there. So what the ice just imagine, what the fuck, you just said it ain't no ice out there. AI, what the fuck is you talking about? Huh? What are you talking about? Ancestral too. But this fuck, this shit said D4H3A. Look at this shit. Japan's spectacular. And space it is. Company launches China. What the fuck, China? It's ice right here, bro. Huh? They gonna give you this excuse. There's some shit done washed up. Where the fuck the ice done washed up from, man? The fuck is y'all talking about? Huh? What the fuck they talking about? Huh? I know. Japan prepares research ships as Arctic Ocean opens up. Boy, y'all don't have to stop lying about that Pacific. Cause that Pacific should just be just as long as in length as the front of the ball. And you saying it's Pacific, you're riding around the back of this water. If you got a capability to do that, why would you keep disturbing and fucking with other continents and cutting across shit? You can just sail your ass around the back of that motherfucker. If it's a ball. Nobody gonna try to make sense of this shit. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the new world, my nigga. Company launches China, Europe shipping routes. Global Times say. What they doing? Sea legend shipping to lunch. Huh? Look at all this ice. Where's the Arctic? Really, okay, we're going to the Arctic. All the deflection with Antarctic and all that shit. Ice patch all up under the bottom of the ball. And that's why Australia is mislocated on this motherfucking new world, in this new world.
What the fuck? What the fuck they just did there?
I get mad.
Last screen, no, ain't in the motherfucker. Let's go get this shit. Let's go get this shit. Let's go get this shit. How the fuck the live screen in? Well, I go live on that bitch. 3GD, let's go. Type that in there like that, boom. Playing.
I said, boom.
I gotta go catch up. What was it?
Mind you, they've been playing in this ice for a long. Huh? They gonna give you this excuse. There's some shit done washed up. Where the fuck the ice done washed up from, man? So the Arctic, the so-called North Pole, the Arctic, it ain't no ice out there. Hey, yeah, what the fuck is you talking about? Huh? What are you talking about? Ancestral too. But this fuck, this is that D4H3A. Look at this shit. Japan's spectacular.
They don't speculatives. Why they spec shit? They're gonna speculators. They're gonna spec shit. Where they get? Where them over get that speculative shit from? Where the stones and shit? Where the stone carvings and shit at? That y'all started, and why y'all usurped and took the craft from what the fuck the melanated people had going on? We had stone structures and shit going on. We had a craft going on, and y'all speculatively took the craft. And now you got some speculative shit out here in Japan. Damn, Father J. This Father J, ain't it? He the father of goddamn Jew. Because the original religion with their Hindu shit. Come on.
Space shit is. Company launches China. What the fuck, China? It's ice right here, bro. Huh? They want to give you this excuse. There's some shit done washed up. Where the fuck the ice done washed up from, man? The fuck is y'all talking about? Huh? What the fuck they talking about? Huh? I know. Japan prepares research ships as Arctic Ocean opens up. Boy, y'all know how to stop lying about that Pacific. Cause that Pacific should just be just as long as in length as the front of the ball. And you saying that Pacific, you're riding around the back of this water. If you got a capability to do that, why would you keep disturbing and fucking with other continents and cutting across shit? You could just sail your ass around the back of that motherfucker. If it's a ball. Nobody gonna try to make sense of this shit. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the new world, my nigga. Company launches China, Europe shipping routes, global time say. What they doing? Sea legend shipping to lunch. Huh? Look at all this ice. Where's the Arctic? Really, okay, we're going to the Arctic. All the deflection with Antarctic and all that shit, ice patch all up under the bottom of the ball, and that's why Australia is mislocated on this motherfucking new world, in this new world. Ice Age Odyssey tracing ancient human migration from China. Huh? That a Bering Strait is right there. Alaska. Why Alaska have less sun than everybody else? If we rotate like we supposed to be rotating, it should get equal amount of sun as everybody else. It should be equally distributed to everyone. What is it now? Opening of human migration routes in North America. Bering Land Bridge. They always got to go back to this. And when they go to this, you got to have common sense to see what the fuck they got going on, bro. And so this how they trickled over into our lands in California, damn near all the way over to Texas, New Mexico, all that desert land out there, Nevada and all that, that's what they use.
We ain't had nobody on their tongue the whole day.
And he dropped down into Mesoamerica, Mexico, and a lot, and they left they stamp right there. They stamp themselves in Mexico. Because those Mexicans are who? Mongolians. Japan's spectacular sea ice flows may soon be a thing of the past. South China morning. Y'all see this ice? Oh, let me go over on Fed 5 so y'all catch up with somebody or something. See, can I catch up with somebody or something? My people probably enjoying themselves this weekend. But you know, everybody ain't about on. But I am. Because there's some real deception right here, bro. Japan's spectacular sea ice flows may soon be a thing of the past. You said Japan? So the Arctic, the so-called North Pole, the Arctic, really sits in the east? Huh? I said, huh? Oh, okay. So you telling me the Arctic? I always want to talk about Antarctica. We talking about the Arctic. The first pole, the North Pole, down the bottom of the globe, the bottom of the ball, patches of ice under the bottom of the whole continent. Y'all done switched, boy, y'all got, look at this shit. But the first thing AI said, ain't no ice in the Far East. That's the first thing I said when I started this video. Huh? There's Bering Strait. There is the Anian Strait, the Anian Shek Crater, Aniax, Anu. Huh? It is right. They always got to go there and try to make the Anian Strait be a milk, and then still had to come say the Bering Strait. So there's a Bering Sea right there, and the Arctic Ocean right there. Huh? The Sea of So this Japan way down here, is that the Arctic Ocean right there? This whole side of the thing, y'all had nice like a motherfucker. Deceiving the world like a motherfucker right there in that east. Ain't that right, Mr. Mongolia? Arctic Ocean. Huh? So what fuck Antarctica? And this ain't no ball, this ain't no top of no goddamn hump. Why all the ice is always what they call tubular. Tubular means flat. Tubular ice. The ice ain't even flat. Why the ice ain't goddamn freezing up with curvature on it? China, Japan, South Korea. See? China, Japan, South Korea. Why are these people investing money into artificial suns? Huh? And they in cahoots with the petroleum company, the main one being BP. That's how I found out that they were storing solar energy. When I was goddamn trying to see was water a great conductor of energy, such as lava. See, these also are volcanic areas, and that lava is a great conductor of energy. These people been leading in technology since I can remember, and they put these motherfucking skits together. For the North to run, the North is the North, the East is the East, the South is the South, and the West is the West, You spinning out of control like an acid trip. You on some acid in this imaginary shit, man. Everything they put inside their curriculum, inside their institutions, especially in North America, is bullshit. Why AI says no ice or no ice walls in Far East? And I'm showing it to you. Where the fuck Japan at? Where the fuck China at? Asia's the East. Going over Mount Sinai, and you travel all up in that so-called land, got all that shit up in there.
The West is Ois. The East is Orient. Yeah. Yeah, them old though. Ois. I order the Eastern Star. Ois, that's West. Huh? God damn. These goat ride motherfuckers, they go.
And I showed you the true location of Geopony. But you know, names can be changed and all that good shit. Arctic Ocean. Ain't the Arctic Ocean should be where the fuck the North Pole is? Ain't the North Pole located in the Arctic? If the South Pole located in the Antarctic, the North Pole is in the Arctic. And so the Arctic is in the east. The North Pole should be over there on the side where the Neanderthals are. The north. That's the north over there. Yeah, I don't get it. Japan prepare research ships as Arctic Ocean open. I had to get it again. Look. China, Japan extracts combustible ice from seafloor. Yeah, they did. No. Can Japan burn flammable ice? Man, these folks got so much technology. They so far ahead of a motherfucker right now at this point. These niggas can't do nothing but lay it down. That's why, not the nigga, the British, the Scandinavian, the Norway, the Rus. See, Rus is what the divide stops at. That's when you get that goddamn logo with them two goddamn phoenixes on. And later on down the line, they become Khazars, the Kazakhs, all that shit in Russia over there in the east. And then it be on the north. But they invade down on the south and the west, which is the melanated bands of the earth. I'm showing y'all this shit, man. So the Arctic is in the east. And so you got down, let them ball you up and fake you out and keep all this technology. They probably using our lasers and shit. Man, we were cutting stones and shit, man. Japan eyes Greenland icebreaker, missing to counter Russia, China. What they doing? Greenland? Why the name of Greenland is 90% of it is covered in ice? Iceland? All this shit is in the east, man. The Sea of Japan. There's another goddamn strait that I was fucking with, but I ain't gonna get on it. I ain't gonna go there because there ain't no need for me to keep showing y'all this shit. This shit is in the east, and AI just said ain't no ice out there in the east. See, AI, he the real fleet flip. I think Elon Musk behind these motherfuckers crazy. Show us those culture sects where y'all supposed to allegedly be living on Mars and have culture sects and put a car up there. All that shit, all them schemes and shit y'all running. Man, these folks getting big money behind these lies, man. British petroleum companies been harvesting solar energy and doing something with it, infusing it, and call itself cleaning it or some shit. Because the UV rays of the sun, by nature, will keep you in your motherfucking place. Y'all out of place, man. And y'all hide what the fuck y'all got going on with this ice shit and giving us a deception of an Antarctic while y'all, no one can come here. None of you motherfuckers can come over here because a whole lot of technologies and shit is forming out of this east. And that's why they have to. I got that video when they said, well, here are the ships coming back from the poles with the new technology. I made that shit say that shit goddamn by 200 times that night. I said, listen to them. Look at the direction of the ship. Look how they coming. And look what they saying. And here come the ship coming back from the poles with the new technology. Because that's where they getting the technology from. Feeding it to you little bit by little bit. Even over they got some shit that'll make it till you grow back. This shit gonna get deeper than this. But I'm gonna go on FED 5 before I get too far out to this shit. Cause I'm gonna show you the crystals and all that shit. Every time you tell these people call the whoa, they gonna tie right back in to what I was telling you. This whoa cuckoo. Whoa cuckoo. These are the Inuits and not the word Eskimo is like calling a motherfucker nigger and shit. They try to, man, they do everything they can to keep you out their head. But all you gotta do is follow that money. Go again. Boom. China activates in its polar regions cannot go unchecked. China's activities in the polar regions cannot go unchecked. No, that shit say China RE or some shit on the side of that motherfucker. So the Arctic is in the east? But they give you that northern hemisphere shit, that imaginary shit, and been calling it north so long that you don't see the deception. But I do. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Naturally forming Jury ice adorns North Japan. Jury ice. Man, tell them what kind of chemicals and solutions they can use. This what motherfucker buying all their crystals and shit from these motherfuckers. Look at this shit. Jurai sparkling gems. Japan's national tourism. Look. Huh? Jury ice. Dig Japan. Huh? I'm FED just great. Finna go, y'all. I'm gonna go on FED 5, see one of my homegirls popping this motherfucker. I had somebody to talk to, man. I just, I'm gonna come back. I'm somebody to talk to so I can hype myself up. Yeah, hype me up. I need to be hyped up when I talk about this shit, man. Cause this shit common sense, bro. Once you know a motherfucker lying. Once you know a motherfucker lying, what do you take he say at face value? And you niggas will still turn around and take what they say and be like, they say these that are deceivers. Nigga, 3GD for life. God, globe, and gravity. And once you kill it and lay it back flat, then you got your foundation. And then you can understand who's indigenous to where. Who's aboriginal and indigenous to what areas. Then you can see the corners of the earth. Because I told you when they go to talk about Gog and Magog, they claiming they corner the earth. They didn't claim they shit. You got to figure out that you got a corner. These are only motherfuckers that got a corner of the earth. Just go into your little book, because y'all going to keep referring to the deceitful ass book, The Deceptions. All all the allegory thoughts and theologies and all this shit allegory and continue to brainwash you and keep you fucked up mentally. And nigga, you think we ain't slayed out. Everybody in the world working for these motherfuckers over here. These bitches write IOUs and built a system of debt in the North. And they own the North because they got them through the J. Judaism. All the Christian, all that other stuff, all that shit come out of Judaism. Where did the J come from if we weren't rocking with a J? Boy, I done found the big J. I done found the superior, imperial, big J. Yeah, this is J right here. The J of the rising sun. And got the sun bleeding like a motherfucker on that bitch. That's why I'm going on my logo. These motherfuckers talking some goddamn and doing the eclipse, they gonna tell you. And the moon, they done squashed that whole video. I can't find it nowhere. I'm saying this motherfucker said the moon, and that's the moon encounters and covers the sun. The moon's black disc. The moon, you start seeing the disc. Guess who you start seeing? You start seeing the Heavenly Father. The brightest star, the light of the world that lights the world, that brings the light to even in their solar system, all the life inside of the solar system comes from the sun. The sun energy runs that shit, runs this shit. But you looking for a God beyond the sun that they talking about. And you done gave him a name and gave him a gender, then gave him a son when the sun is already there. Man, this is the sun they talking about, the S-U-N. The Heavenly Father that's why they one and the same, because they're coming from the same source. No Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. No, the sun. And the energy of the sun and the aurora and corona that it creates. The marriage of the beast ritual that goddamn what took place down in goddamn Rosemont in that hotel, the marriage of the beast ritual. And when that's why you think Kanika and goddamn old girl had them matching rings. Looking like a marriage or something. The same deceiver. She known to be the crisis act. I been had looked that girl up to be a crisis act and all that shit, man. It was a marriage to the beast ritual. And that's what be going on during the eclipse. That's what happened during the Kanika shit, the eclipses and shit. It was new energy, awakening energy coming, and they was trying to distort everybody from goddamn observing the energy that really naturally supposed to possess and cranking up their soul chakras and their souls. Trying to keep you drunk with the spirit, trying to keep you drunk with what they said, and that man fuck what they say. Look at what's going on, man. And when that motherfucking moon get directly in front of that goddamn sun, it calls what they call the diamond ring. That's the marriage. And it reveals the sun. But you ain't got to have the moon to block it. You can look at it, but you niggas scared because they done told you that the sun gonna blind you. I've been looking at the motherfucker for 20 years. And when I look in that bitch, I don't need the moon now because I can see the motherfucking black disc. And if you ever goddamn stop being scared and go out there and look at God, you look to the hills of the Heavenly Father, He will reveal Himself to you. He reveals Himself every day, and you niggas on some more shit. It's a melanated motherfucking black disc. That's the Heavenly Father. That's what creates this golden glow. This motherfucker ain't red, but Japan represent perfection and all this shit. Stain to brilliance and perfection and Japan. It's the rising sun. Okay, Japan, it's the rising sun. Where the sun rises? Big J. Big Japan. Where the fuck the sun rises? Oh, I think it rises in the north, cause you know the pole over there, and then the sun, then it go across. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. But on the globe, the sun got to be rising from the north and coming back across Man, this shit is over your head, man. These people can't show you the side of no motherfucking water ball, man. That's a top view. They done played with all kind of graphics all these years and to deceive you into believing this shit. And you won't stop them from teaching your children this shit in school. When we done showed y'all on the bottom of them globes, it says not for educational purposes, even though fuck educating. I'm just saying it's not for educational purposes. How the fuck have you educated the world with this shit? And you can pinpoint when they start putting shit in the plate. Once you repeat some shit so long, kill niggas off, and repeat shit, it becomes a reality and truth, but it's not true. I just asked about the ice, and AI said ain't no ice out there. And I'm showing y'all all this shit. Now I'm showing you the jury. Who they gonna say this shit to? The jury? The jury, the jeweler, all the J's. They the V's too. That Northeast is a motherfucker. I got to try to stay on point, man. The goddamn that little brick clip book, it about ready, but I need to redo it. And the secret relationship between the Japs and the Brits, storing solar energy and shit. Storing solar energy and shit. I learned all this shit fucking with the Kanika cabinet. I was already on their ass, but when I got into the Kanika shit and trying to show motherfuckers what I got in my head and shit and easing it in and connecting that shit to it. Yeah, that's how I was getting that traction. I'm easing that shit and I bet when I went in, I said, the reason I started trying to see what was so important about the water because I was studying the chemtrails and shit. I seen them bitches when I was living in Buffalo, New York. I was at truck driving school. You'd be sitting there, I'm looking up. I said, man, these bitches making clouds, man. What the fuck they got going on? Be out there early in the morning doing all little bag on the news and all that shit. I said, man, these chemtrails. So I started studying them all. That's when I found out they was using the plasma. They don't want your blood, they want the plasma. The plasma is a great conductor of energy, and they can defer and fuck with the natural UV rays of the sun. These bitches need vitamin D, but they can't be out of place with it though. How you think the Vikings got saved? That's why the codfish. Why you remember they had us taking cod liver oil? They wanted the oil off the liver of the codfish for the vitamin D. They bones was so frail and deficient and all that shit because they get lack of sun where they from. Humped all over, backs hump. We don't go into everything because I don't want to make this that kind of, but we know who these people are. I know who they is. I don't know about y'all, I don't know, but it's somebody behind them that's a motherfucker, and it's this Mongolian. Stamped down in Mexico. How them goddamn Mexicans get over into the Western world? They showing you how to goddamn deny straight. And they came in and they call themselves Inuits. They want to be called something separate. But in our education, the system, they taught us that goddamn they made it to the North Pole, period. And the white man, but it was 4 Mongolians. They had to take them there because it was their shit. 4 Eskimos. Can't call them Eskimos. That's racist. Fuck you mean? 4 Inuits. What else you want to call them? Know what China call them? Whoa. Why? You know what China call? See, I'm gonna show you the ancient people. All these motherfucking lands where niggas want to holler back. Niggas was everywhere. Niggas, we own the whole world. Man, stretch your motherfucking ass up. Nigga, you ain't that raw. You ain't no motherfucking God like that to be hollering about you own the whole motherfucking earth. Nigga, that's your problem. Now you're putting yourself in a position that you don't need to be in. You put yourself in a position that you don't need to be in because now you got to be trying to be the real something fake. Well, see, no, them hoes ain't no motherfucker with this our shit. We the Jew. We ain't no motherfucking Jew. We the Semitic. We ain't no motherfucking Semitic. We ain't no motherfucking Asiatics. But your nigga trying to put yourself and take the whole damn thing instead of worrying about taking what's yours and getting these motherfuckers up off your motherfucking neck. off your shit. Cause all that don't belong to you, nigga. Wanna say niggas was all over the motherfucking biggest this motherfucker here. Nigga ain't been all over no motherfucker. This our section, our region, right here up under the sun. We cheering at the sun, they invading, bro. Lunatics invading. And then they use that Australia shit. And the blonde head, his fingerprint all in that shit. And Australia all out of place around this motherfucker. But on that logo, y'all see where the motherfucker in the east. Oceania. They got to explain this specific a little bit more because we done found 8 more sandwich islands. Some real fish about Japan and Hawaii. And one thing about them is them volcanoes and that lava that come out of them volcanoes, because that's what they create islands and shit with. I was showing y'all how the Arabs was building their own fake ass islands, man. I don't know why they stopped production on them. They was building their own islands and shit. And what the fuck they saying true about this space shit, much as an Arab like to be a part of shit and show off his money and flex, why the Arab ain't got no motherfucking spaceships? He ain't finna waste his time on all that dumb shit they talking about. That's y'all script, y'all run that shit. I ain't got time for that shit. Trying to be in his mind and shit, focus more black women and shit, you know. I gotta keep my foot on these women there, man. It's real out there, you know, shit. Beautiful, extravagant islands and shit. Boy, that Norseman got us so fucked up, man. To the point they can't. Look at this shit they got going on. Look at this shit. Jewelry ice. This beach in Hokkaido, fills with glitter. That's the Arctic. That's E. What area talking about? Ain't no ice in E. What you got? You got ice, baby. Too cold. Tell them about it, Vanilla. Vanilla ice they ass. And this Mongolian ain't playing. Nigga, you owe these motherfuckers over $1.1 trillion with a deficit that's going to continue to grow for generations to come until somebody come up and say, nigga, I'm ready to die from shit, man. It's too many. And then these little samurai sword motherfucking in the background ass motherfucker, Trump, you always talking that time, go to war, nigga. But you'll sit around and declare war on gangs in Chicago and all this bitch shit, but you won't go to war with China. But you always call yourself semi trying to throw them under the bus for the script, knowing that you ain't finna fuck with them, cause Putin and the rest of them gon' fuck. Man, you ain't finna fuck with them motherfuckers. You badly fucking with them Palestinians. And all that shit is religious shit. When they the same damn people. That's how we already know that they already took goddamn the northern half of Africa, which is the South, and calling it the motherfucking Middle East. And connected you to the goddamn story. And it's in the same breath they connect you in the story, they curse you forever to be slaves to Sham and Japheth. And I keep telling you who Sham and Japheth is. The Mongolian and that baby Persian. Them Persians is the babies of the motherfucking north and the east. And when mama came home, dad or whatever you want to call him, motherfucking Alexander the Great come through that motherfucker and try to come call himself on. Man, that shit had been so old long ago. They started calling them motherfucker dead ass. Y'all come out European, man. I don't know what the fuck y'all come from. Y'all can cork it. Y'all can cork it. Know where the Caucasoids come from. Now there ain't no such thing as Caucasoids, Mongoloids, and goddamn Negroids. But they ain't never told us who these babies is, these Persians. But guess what? In our story, Noah gonna goddamn father all this shit. Go on write that story, because you already tied in. That Pope shit, all that shit, Jesus, all that shit you talking about, already tied in, because you gotta latch on to this J, what I got right here, big Jap. This Judaism. And before Judaism, what it was? What it was before Judaism? Mongolian, yeah, the motherfucking Hindu. All the goddamn religion bow down to these motherfuckers. All you gotta do is say Buddha, Krishna, that's a Hindu. And then somebody there, he thought he was a motherfucking, they so dumb, when they did the Columbo come, Columbo, his day coming over. He's probably his day to day, won't be fuck. He come across, headed west, telling you that he headed west. They always heading west, but you don't understand that you the West Indian. Headed west. Colombo ass. Headed west. I lost my thought right there. I finna tell you something, I forget. I'm your animal. But I see these hoes. Yeah, they need this shit. Jewelry ice. This be, look, sparkling gems. Look. They ain't turning the ice into what the fuck they want to turn it. Look. That's where the technology coming from. 35mm cameras, all that shit. They got everything coming from over there. They got to tie back into that motherfucking J. And, oh yeah, that motherfucker said he come over here and thought he was in India. India's in the east. Right over here with all this shit right here. How the fuck could you thought you was in motherfucking India when the place wasn't even named India yet, motherfucker? That shit was named Hindustan. And before it was Hindustan, it was Sindustan. Motherfucker. Huh? I said, huh? I know. But I'm just gonna keep being who I am. I gotta do this shit. Boom. There it is. Visit Japan on X. Ice lumps, known as jury ice appears. What? Look what they got. And they keep showing y'all shit. It's in the east. This, your North Pole. This the deception. Y'all niggas spinning on asses trip. Regular than these motherfuckers play you with them IOU ass fiat dollars while all the security treasury, the security treasury belong to these folks right here. And Trump get on there and run this tariff script. That tariff. I remember he first came with that shit. And I said, man, that ain't nothing but motherfucking poll, like goddamn poll tax, like goddamn going through, like you goddamn traveling, you got to go through them little stations, you got to pay your fee to go through the toll. Ain't them tolls. Water, trade. And I broke that shit down in Kanika Cake. The tax form 926, the US thing 434, all that shit was about traveling on that water and fucking with them organs. And I showed y'all that shit. But y'all don't listen to me, man. I'm gonna run this motherfucker. And I'm going right over to UNC FED. I'm gonna run this shit again. And then I'm gonna lay right here and give me some rest. I'm gonna get ready to go back on my motherfucking plantation. Cause, nigga, this is the result of you. I just want you niggas to know who you is and where you at in this shit. Yeah, you're a god, but you buried like a motherfucker. You ain't talking like no god. Cause you got beliefs and shit and bullshit that is allegorical. And I'm showing you this shit allegorical. I start from the beginning. Every time I go to breaking this shit down, I start from the beginning. Then once I do this shit, I'm going to do it all over again. Because they going to keep watching what your brain, they going to keep brainwashing. I can't beat these hoes, but I'm going to keep on putting truth out here and goddamn trying to save and shake some souls. To wake up, just look at this shit for yourself. I ain't got to, and please believe me. And once I said, and pay the collection. I ain't got to do all that shit. That's why I do this shit just like I do. I'm putting your thumb on it, so you just go right on over there. I said, why AI telling me that ain't no ice in it? Why Unc Fed keep tripping that hoe up every time you come on that nigga, make AI look stupid as fuck? Motherfucking goddamn John the Baptist is the motherfucking father and the father of the goddamn Masonic order, but he ain't got a temple or nothing. And then they want to start with Solomon. You can't find nothing on it, but you can go find this shit though. We don't want to see this shit. We want to see them temples and shit that y'all talking about that they done created with these motherfucking Shriners and shit that the Mongo got his foot in your back and all that shit. We want to see that shit. We We want to see them stone temples to make y'all take the craft and sit a nigga down in a Blue Lodge. They said they gave them niggas 3 degrees and set their head down in Blue Lodge, and them niggas gatekeeping like a motherfucker. As they spoon feed them, they own shit. Spoon feed them, they own shit. And then when them niggas figured out they still too scared to be real and goddamn bust that shit up. After they spent years of their life trying to travel and go through these motherfucking degrees, and it's all that shit allegorically speaking, and then tied your ass right off into the Church of England. And that's why the motherfucking Mongols and them Jews sit back and let North America be ran by the dumbest species on earth. And if we goddamn been educated by the dumbest species on the earth, guess what? We dumb as fuck. We dumb as fuck because we think we know some shit. With the degrees they gonna give us. They done gave these dumb-dumbs a degree. Now we gonna go to school for all these years and get these degrees and then have to go and work at Popeye's Chicken with a degree. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here, man. Look at this shit. I wonder what they put plutonium and all the other shit out there. The scientists out there working, they making this shit for you. Same way they making the Z's, they making the jury, they making the crystals and all this shit. The black power niggas goddamn buying crystals and shit. Here they go. Even if you get them out of Africa, niggas still ain't your shit. No, what they took all that shit. The Arabs took all the motherfucking oil. That shows that they were doing, they goddamn sent gods and put gods over certain regions. I wonder where the god originated from. Hindu. From the east India, and they came across that motherfucker. The east meet the north, and they come across the north through Alaska. Why Alaska had all these nights with no sun and all that, but they still trying to create? Why Korea, China, and these motherfuckers got artificial? These niggas got fake suns, nigga. These same folk ain't got your sun bleeding on their flag and call themselves the rising sun. But the sun ain't bleeding, it ain't red, it's black. With the sacred colors being black and gold. But you niggas say you know God though. And you let a nigga throw your sun in the sky on the 3rd or 4th day, and they got a God that's doing all this, who got a motherfucking imaginary hand with a ball of water in it, talking about him got the whole world. And a man, I know. Yo, sing motherfuckers. Cause of Virginia. Imaginary white man. Northerner. Dumbest species on earth. Put that cartoon in your goddamn face and put that globe inside that white man and make you sing. He got the little bitty baby in his hand. He got the little, then replace his son. Replace your son with a white man named Jesus, and he becomes the light of the world. And you niggas get mad anytime a nigga say some truth about your belief, because this shit been beaten into your motherfucking DNA, and you don't want to have no motherfucking common sense. I'm showing you that the North Pole is the East. I'm showing you. Got the whole world in his hand. Yeah. He got mama and daddy. He sure do. Cause mama and daddy gave it you. Go see the jury ice in Hako. What is that? In Japan. I'm showing y'all the North Pole, y'all. Japan. Y'all think I'm afraid to be talking shit. I'm showing it to you that sun here don't look red to me. Look how you got that motherfucker. I see you, don't worry about it. I see your shit shimmering, man. I see your shit shimmering, man. Yeah, more like 7 years we'll have matching beds. More like 7 days, G. You know what I'm saying? I see your shit shimmering, man. And these niggas, you don't get none of them motherfuckers. You might get Willie Chain, whoever that jury maker, with all that shit off in his mouth and necklace. Them folks got all that shit over. Them folks ain't studying that shit. You don't see none of them niggas trying to wear no gold and front no diamonds or nothing. They ain't doing none of that shit. They just sitting back running the world. Running the world. $1.1 trillion. I went and looked this shit up. It started with $50 million. They couldn't tell you how that started. Because they faked those nuclear bombers in Japan. With that fake, put a sunrise light right there behind it, and then sped the shit up to make the explosion look way bigger than it was. That shit went up a regular TNT explosion. Ain't nobody over there had no goddamn birth defects from that shit. Grass started back to growing, all this shit, and all the shit they did show you the public fuck that shit was fake. Now you in debt to these motherfuckers forever. Why Trump won't go to war with the motherfucker? He love money so much. Why he won't get them that tariff tax shit? I'm the first president to come through him here, man, and get China to pay him here. Yeah, but you still in debt to the motherfuckers, nigga. Talking about a tariff tax, tariff this, tariff that. Man, shit ain't talking about ain't shit. But paying the trade on that water. But you still in debt to these motherfuckers for hundreds of millions of dollars. That's China. That's hundreds of millions to China. Then you in debt to yourself. How the fuck the United States of America in debt to yourself, to themselves? Hell, the United Kingdom own this motherfucker. We are English, and we speaking English. Goddamn it, we're in the belly of the beast. We speak English. We Englishmen. So how the fuck we owe ourselves? Make that make sense? Because you owe, because all your shit been consigned over to the motherfucking Ashkenazi Jew, which is motherfucking Israelis. They don't give a fuck about no UK, because the UK got to tie themselves back into this motherfucking Big J. Well, you a motherfucker. Gotta salute you now. Gotta salute some bosses when they bossed up, because they bossed up. And they gotta stir the world back. Man, shit, this is real. Yes, Japan is located in the Far East. So why the fuck ain't no ice in the Far East? And, hey, your dumb ass. The first thing I put up your AI was somebody want no ice walls and ain't no ice in the Far East. No. I just showed you Japan. So is Japan located? Yes, Japan is located in the Far East from the European perspective. Yeah, perspective. The bitches in the Far East, though. Huh? Balance them off. But from a global and geographically more neutral viewpoint, it is located in East Asia. Did you say East, sir? You live in the computerized ass Elon Musk child having the most smartest motherfucker on earth. Then you just say East Asia, and they still fuck Japan located that motherfucker. Man, the term Far East is a historical Eurocentric term that referred to the distant eastern part of Asia from European viewpoint. Okay. But you're still in the East. You the East, nigga. Africa is South, nigga. We in the West, nigga. In the northern half of the West has been usurped, and now they call that the belly of the beast because you think you's a righteous northerner, nigga. The North is them Scandinavians and Canadians and all the other, the Neanderthal mixed with K9. That's those people. And the sun don't like them motherfuckers at all. They know they ain't got no business in it. The European was blessed. He was blessed and gave a little motherfucker a little hue to himself there, a little hue. Some of that reddish hue, that red. I see why they call themselves the red man, the red sun. These yellow gunda ass niggas, these Mongolians. Now we can't distinguish each other by phenotypes no more and shit. Because what? Because AI said it, and that's what they gonna teach in these motherfucking universities and shit. Yeah, that's why. Japan was once considered to be in the far east. What the fuck? All this double talking, all this bitch shit. Man, stop this to you, man. Japan was once considered to be in the Far East because it was very far to the east of Europe. And terms like Near East and Middle East were also defined relative to Europe. Because that's Central Intelligence, nigga. Them Europeans and babies, man. Them motherfuckers ain't no motherfucking Neanderthals and no more. They got Neanderthals and they the babies. They the Persians, the Palestinians, and Israelis, the Iranians, and the Iraqians. But they done got Iraq. And when on took that, they had a little too much oil over there and shit. They had to go on and usurp that. And they put their guards and regions and take them. The term East Asia is now more commonly used. Okay, East Asia. So what North Pole is that? East Asia. Know what you want me to say? I'm talking about this fake ass North Pole that's supposed to be in the center, but then end up being on the end of the water on the axis of pole out there. But the North sitting over there chilling. The North ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn ice on. The fuck you about the North Pole and all this ice sitting over in this motherfucking east like this, huh? And then you draw a line from the east straight down to the west, the same way Christopher Colombo and them goddamn Moors came over here to the west and got them over land, Antarctica land behind, not up under, behind, if it's there, if it's really there, some deception shit, behind South America in the west. So how the fuck is it a South Pole? Because they didn't give you a top and bottom with a ball of water. I mean, imaginary ball of water, because everything they brought forth was imaginary, and we live in an imaginary world. This new world is imaginary. Niggas need to tighten up. Japan was once considered, where I'm at, man? I think I'm going to go on FED 5 and present the war. The war. I told you I was in my sleep, man. I kept trying to figure out to this land important ATL, man. What the fuck is this shit? We licking up, he licking up. We trying to decipher and translate the shit off this motherfucker. And I went to sleep. I was saying, Geopone. My soul shook. I said, man, that's your pain. Oh, straight up out my sleep. I said, my nigga, that's your pain. That's motherfucking Japan. But it ain't Geopone. This is probably a French term. The ancient name of this motherfucker is Wakoku. In the capital city of motherfucking Aramaica, which I have created, is Kiwawaka. And when I heard that shit, I said, I'm finna get on their ass. My ancestors ain't playing with me, man. I actually named my land Kiwawaka. Why? I don't know. That's what the ancestors told me to do. And when I came out of prison, I started talking too fast. I said, man, these folks gonna really, I gotta slow down. They already think I'm crazy. If I go to talking like that, they gonna really think I'm crazy. But I got this damn proof where I got this shit wrote down, man. Aramaica. And I told you why I named the motherfucking land Aramaica. The whole melanated side of the earth, the west and the south, I call it Aramaica, like a Kevlar. And when I draw that bitch look just like a motherfucking ship. With the tip of motherfucker South America holding it up like a steeple right there. Then I put that motherfucker northeast on top and make it like a flag and show you the separation of the land. And that's why I put motherfucking Charity on one corner and I put Sky on another corner. Because I call that line the beast line. The K9 beast line. But I don't spell it with no C though, for real. Them the cornerback, I spell with K. I love them K's. Let it stay on. And I tell you, from Canada all the way over to so-called Canaan, we got to keep their ass from on our side of Earth. Go to the corners, and that's how they came in. Y'all think I'm playing, bro? Ain't that far east? Huh? Yeah, you gotta go run this back on fire. Traditional Chinese, simplify. I had to get that simple. Them motherfuckers said, I oversimplify shit. That what AI say about me, said, I'm an oversimplifier. He ain't know I was a motherfucking breaker down on this. What I y'all been saying? You oversimplifying the terms, and I'm oversimplifying shit. The fuck you mean? I'm breaking this shit down for my folk. Breaking this shit down for my folk. So who run the motherfucking North Pole? Them goddamn Mongolians. Who are they? Who are they? We going on fair fire with that. We gonna see if people wanna get caught up on some real shit. 15th century, the British denoting the Far East as the farthest of the three Easts beyond the Near East and the Middle East. Likewise, during the Qing dynasty of the 19th and early 20th century, the term Tiaxi, anything further west than the Arab world. What Great Britain calls the Far East. Great Britain. Latin for East. Orient. I told you. Orient. The original Oriental. You see it right there? Far East is, its usual sense is comparable to the terms such as the Orient. Orient. The original Asian is a fucking Oriental, and that is sham in your book, nigga. Don't be playing, man. Latin for Far East. Orient. I told you, you got to get your Latin down. It's so simple. The Latin is so, man, I started breaking this shit. I said, these motherfuckers, they default dumb as fuck. Eastern world are simply the East, all of which may refer broadly to the East and the Southeast Asia in general, occasionally a bit more in the past. The Russian Far East and the South Asia have been deemed to be part of the Far East. So what are all the distractions about, y'all? 3GD for life, y'all. That's what we do over here. And I'm gonna continue to talk to myself and do this shit, cause I curse myself with this shit. And I need to try to figure out a way to uncurse myself from this shit. But every now and then, somebody will come and say, appreciate your uncle. I learned something, man. So that's why I gotta go ahead and LLC my melanated 3GD with the Black Sun logo on that bitch. And probably throw the word ministries or some word that means something like that to show my faith, and use it like that, cause I'm gonna go ahead and do my shit like they do that shit. The same way I did my music. Niggas to myself, man, why you didn't take that shit and you pulled a sign with that nigga they wanted you to do? I gotta do it like Fred Astaire, my nigga. I can't let nobody put no steering wheel in my back. My soul won't take it, man. I don't even like the fact how I gotta do this shit now, but it is what it is. When Europeans travel far to the east to reach Cathay, Japan, and the Indies, in the Indies, they naturally gave those distant regions the great name Far East. Americans who reached China, Japan, and Southeast Asia by sail and steam across the Pacific could, with equal logic, have called that area the Far West. What the fuck? You tripping? Have called the area the Far West for the people who live in that part of the It is neither east nor west, and certainly not far. A more generally accepted term for the area is East Asia. Okay. Well, geographically, that's my little grandbaby. I gotta go. I'm out, y'all. Boom. Hey, babe.
Hello?
Hey, babe.
Hey.
What you doing?
So I guess Mom and Angel are in an argument, and she came back in here, and she was like, oh, call your granddad and tell him that I need his phone. Because every time they get into an argument, Angel takes the phone.
Take the phone.
Oh, damn. I forgot I can talk. I'm still here, y'all. Your mother grandbaby had called me. We gotta get into who these people is, man. Wow. I'm sure though. So I ain't what I've been talking about. These are the people. These are people who come over. Long phone call. Yeah, my little grandbaby had called me.
Vladi Voxstock. Vladi Voxstock. The fuck? I've been on that. That Vlad is, y'all. All them niggas that wanna ride Vlad ass, y'all. That Vlad go. Vladi Voxstock. I told you Vlad is. I already told y'all about that shit. Far Eastern Federal University in Vladivostok. Far East University in South Korea. Far East, but ain't no Far East. And Missionary Society of St. Columbia. Furthermore, the United States and the United Kingdom have historically incorporated Far East in the name of. Okay. So I have become the North Pole. Yeah. We got a great understanding. Here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna run that video I just ran. We're gonna start right here on this. Cause we gonna go inside there and see who these people is. We're gonna get in there and get on the wall. We're gonna get on the wall. And one more time into the same people I've been telling you about, them Inuits, Eskimo. I'm gonna show you how them goddamn Mexicans got on our side of the boat and we started running shit. How them goddamn Cuban and goddamn ass Mongolians and shit got over and got control of all our motherfucking resources, our drug resources. Anciently, I'm gonna show you. Same people. But y'all flying on the globe with these fools like y'all ain't got no goddamn sense. I thought I had hung that bitch over that then, so I just want to stay on it. My grandfather called my grandbaby back. Then I'm gonna come back on FED 5. See anybody that interested. So y'all go back and y'all go check out the ice and tell me whether the North Pole is in the east. Cause the down show ain't in the north. Cause the north is where the Neanderthal and the Bigfoot in there.
She called me now. I'll be back, y'all. That's my grandbaby. She called me back now. I said, boom.
Sasquatches, y'all. That's the north. Y'all gonna catch y'all. Truth don't need no help.